All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and our apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. And the elect begins with 144,000. YAHAWAH, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadash, which is the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother Iwan Lumia with the GMS Chicago branch out here in Chicago. Come back at you with another lesson. And Lord, I hope this lesson be edifying to the hopeful righteous elect. Another end of the news, I'm gonna just basically go over this article, man. Another end of the news of various different happenings around the world, concerning prophecy, man. As we approach the end of this society. So this is from the New York Post. It says scientists fear 100% fatal zombie deer disease will mutate to infect humans. There are no contingency plans. And right, we know that this is all set up, man, because, Esau Edom, with the whole, pandemic of 2020, Esau Edom, is playing with these different diseases, and basically, throwing them out there into the public. And this is one of the, the different schemes of Esau Edom, but it's ultimately in the hands of YAHAWASHI, man. And we also have, which I meant to do a lesson on, which is what? Disease X, which is becoming a thing also. So as the last days, as we approach the end of, the end of this society, a lot of more of the diseases is going to come upon this world, It says scientists fear 100% fatal zombie deer disease will mutate to infect humans. There are no contingency plans. It says scientists are sounding the alarm over the spread of the zombie deer disease amid fears it may evolve to infect humans. It says late last year, experts confirmed Yellowstone National Park's first case of the infection, officially known as chronic wasting disease, after a deer carcass found in Wyoming area of the park tested positive for a highly contagious disease. It says now cases have been reported in deer, elk, and moose in 33 states across the U.S., Slovakia, as well as in Canada, Norway, and South Korea. It says the disease damages portions of the brain and typically causes progressive loss of body condition, behavioral changes, excessive salivation, and death, according to the New York State Department of Health. It is 100% fatal. What the hell? Salakia about that, brothers. That's Satan. Let me go back to where I just left off. It says it is 100% fatal and there are no treatments or juices. But and if you brothers and sisters remember, I believe it was I forget where it was, but they was talking about, it was an article that came, basically came out, how to prevent, along the lines of how to prepare for a zombie, apocalypse or something along those lines, where the CDC, I believe it was the CDC, basically had released, it was like an article or something like that, if I could find it. Lord willing, I could touch upon it. But and this could be very well, this, that what Esau Edom is planning to do, man. Because a lot of things we seen, through the course of 2020, with the vid, you know what I mean when I say the vid, a lot of those different things was, a prelude of what's to come, and this zombie deer disease can bear, play that, that role of what the vid played in 2020. And you can't forget about disease X also, that's running rampant. But let's jump straight into the precepts. This is the book of Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right? These different signs that we're seeing right now, it's basically what, it's end time signs. You can read about that. What's that? Second Esdras, the 9th chapter. The Lord, Yahweh, revisiting the world which He made. You can read about that in Second Esdras, the 9th chapter. But to touch upon the pestilence, we're seeing a lot more pestilence as we, reach the end of this kingdom, man. It just basically shows you that we're at that time where, YAHAWASHI is visiting this place, man. We're seeing nation against nation. We're seeing famines. We're seeing war. We're seeing sedition among men. We're seeing, the love of many waxing cold. And the big one also is what? The pestilence, And 2020 was a big part of that, man. Where different places was being shut down because of the vid. you know. And also the fact that, a lot of these juices was, what's the main factor of killing people, more than the actual disease, because what Esau Edom does is, he releases these different strains into the public, you know. But ultimately, when Esau comes with these different juices, man, they be doing more harm, than the actual disease itself, you know. So these are basically, one of the schemes of Esau Edom, just like the scriptures say, man. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, you know. But let's continue. Because Esau Edom is trying to do things, to ultimately to shut this kingdom down, so he can, implement martial law, so he can come in with that new world order. This is what all this is about, man, to ultimately reach that final stage, which is the MOTB, because even Bill Gates was alluding to different things like this, different things, to try to, to get the population down. But this is the book of Ezekiel 14:21. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahawah, how much more when I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem, the sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast." And right, this is ultimately the act of YAHAWASHI putting in the minds of Esau Edom, to spread these different diseases, man. Because it's actually Esau Edom, that's doing this, man. Ultimately controlled by the Heavenly Father, because what? We're in a time of great judgment. Because I recently just did a lesson about 2 to 3 days ago, maybe 4 days at this point, of the spirit of death is in the air. People just dropping dead. People being killed being killed in groups, and we're coming into a time where the Lord is going to start killing hundreds upon hundreds of people all at one time, man. And what's going to do it? This pestilence and things of that nature. Because the vid did kill, a lot of people, and this is all through, the four sword judgments of YAHAWASHI, So we're in that time where YAHAWASHI is going to use these different things, to exact judgment on the people, So don't be surprised when, another disease of, the level of the vid, basically start taking people out by the hundreds, man, because we're in that time. But let's continue. This is the book of Jeremiah 15:2. It says, "It shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity." Right? Really, touch upon that Ezekiel, which I just read. The Lord basically using these different things to ultimately exact judgment on the people. And the pestilence being a big part of that, man. To die by a pestilence is a very, slow, and a very slow and painful death, man. Because what? The Lord, is orchestrating a lot, man. This is all the Lord is doing. And he using Esau Edom to do it, And who's the Lord going to target first? 2/3 of his own people. Because what? The Lord is ultimately doing a house cleaning, starting with the ones that know that they're Israelites, So we're coming into some very, crucial times, man, where the Lord is finna start judging people by the tens of thousands, man, And the pestilence the Lord is going to use to, to do that, And this is one of the, I'm going to get this. This is one of the precepts I had brought out in my, in that lesson I did, the spirit of death is in the air, because the judgment that's coming to this place, Babylon the Great, is going to be like no other, man. This is the book of 2 Esdras 5:1. It says, "Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith." Right. A lot of people is going to die, man. Multitudes, of people is going to die all at one time, man, by the way of what? Wars, famines, and a major one being what? Pestilence, which this lesson is going into. As I read that article, talking about the zombie deer disease, man. We're coming into a time where, if you watch these different movies like Contagion, different movies like that talks about, the disease, the different type of diseases and things of that nature. If you watch different movies like that, you'll understand that a lot of people were dying. A lot of people were, perishing, by the tens of thousands. We're coming into that time, man, and YAHAWASHI using Esau Edom, to do his will, And this is the time we're living in, man. We're living in a time of great judgment, and the pestilence being one of them. But I just wanted to bring this quick lesson out. A quick, in the news, various things that's happening around the world. But I'm gonna end it out right there, Lord. I hope it was edifying. I want to end out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us the truth. And salutations to the hopefully like that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord, I hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.